Hello, grounded Taurus. Today, July 21st, 2026, invites you to notice the quiet changes that often go unseen. Some of life's most meaningful shifts begin beneath the surface, like roots reaching deeper into the earth long before new growth appears above it. If you find yourself craving a little more space or silence today, don't mistake that feeling for distance or uncertainty. It may simply be your inner world asking for the time it needs to settle, realign, and remind you of everything you've already overcome. Take a moment to look back with kindness instead of criticism. The progress you've made may not always have been dramatic, but every patient decision and every obstacle you worked through has strengthened your foundation. Just as a garden grows through consistent care rather than constant urgency, your own path is benefiting from the quiet effort you've invested over time. Allow today's slower rhythm to restore your confidence instead of questioning it. In both your personal and professional relationships, pay attention to the people who leave you feeling grounded rather than depleted. You don't have to say yes to every invitation or every opportunity simply because it appears. Trust your instincts to recognize which conversations, commitments, and connections genuinely support the life you're trying to build. There is wisdom in waiting until your heart feels settled before making promises that deserve your full attention. The energy surrounding this day favors steady progress over sudden leaps. Something you've been patiently cultivating may begin showing encouraging signs, even if the results arrive gradually. Recent disappointments can become valuable lessons that quietly redirect you towards stronger opportunities. Continue honoring your own pace, because what you're building now is meant to last far beyond a single moment of success. Let today's calm become fertile ground for renewed purpose. Like a river that shapes stone through persistence rather than force, your consistency is becoming one of your greatest strengths. The more you respect your natural rhythm, the easier it becomes to recognize the opportunities that truly belong on your path. Lasting growth rarely demands rushing. It asks for presence, patience, and the willingness to keep moving forward one thoughtful step at a time. As always, remember that this reading reflects broad symbolic themes rather than fixed outcomes. Some messages may resonate deeply, while others may simply not reflect your current experience, and that's completely natural. Keep what genuinely speaks to your heart and allow the rest to pass without concern. Your intuition remains your most trustworthy guide, and the choices you make continue to shape your own journey. In the moments ahead, we'll explore how these themes may appear in different areas of your life, including your relationships, career, finances, health, and family. Before we continue, if these readings bring you clarity or encouragement, your support through a like helps this community continue growing with kindness and intention. Today's symbolic numbers are 21 and 4. Rather than seeing them as guarantees, think of them as gentle reminders throughout your day, one representing new chapters unfolding with maturity, the other reflecting stability, strong foundations, and patient progress. If these numbers catch your attention, simply let them remind you to return to your intentions. The symbolic color for today is forest green. Wearing this shade or carrying something that reflects it can serve as a personal reminder of balance, renewal, and steady growth. Like leaves that quietly gather strength through every season, this color reflects the kind of abundance that develops through care rather than haste. You naturally invest yourself deeply in the life you're creating, and that dedication often leads to meaningful achievements. At the same time, this season asks you to be mindful of where your energy is being planted. Not every environment will nourish your growth, and recognizing the difference is an important part of moving forward. Challenges may still arise, but they also reveal where healthier boundaries and wiser choices can take root. Several goals you've been nurturing over recent months are beginning to move in encouraging directions. One of your greatest strengths has always been your willingness to keep building, even when results take time to appear. Let your emotions become a source of insight instead of pressure. You already possess the abilities needed to create meaningful progress. What matters now is trusting yourself enough to take the next practical step with quiet confidence. The symbolic cards surrounding today reflect this same message. The Ace of Pentacles suggests that new opportunities are emerging through solid foundations rather than sudden luck. You may find yourself ready to invest in a project, a career path, or a personal goal, that offers genuine long-term value. Instead of rushing toward every possibility, you'll benefit most by choosing the one that feels aligned with both your values and your future. The Fool reminds you that growth sometimes begins with a single courageous step into unfamiliar territory. New experiences, travel, creative work, or unexpected opportunities could invite you beyond familiar routines. Rather than abandoning your sense of stability, this card encourages you to carry it with you wherever life expands your horizons. The Empress highlights the quiet strength that others naturally notice in you. People may admire your calm confidence, your ability to create comfort even during uncertain times, and the steady way you care for what truly matters. Your presence feels reassuring rather than overwhelming, and someone may be drawn to the authenticity and warmth you express without needing to seek attention. That quiet confidence becomes one of your greatest gifts as this chapter continues to unfold. The Empress continues to illuminate one of your greatest strengths, your ability to create stability wherever you invest your care and attention. This card reflects a quiet confidence that doesn't need to announce itself to be noticed. Others may naturally be drawn to your calm presence, your generosity, and the reassuring way you make people feel safe simply by being yourself. The abundance surrounding you isn't limited to material success. It also appears through meaningful relationships, emotional maturity, and the steady confidence you've been cultivating over time. The Moon gently reminds you that not every feeling reveals itself immediately. Someone may be carrying emotions they haven't yet found the courage to express, observing from a respectful distance while trying to understand whether the moment feels right to reach out. Whether this unfolds through an unexpected message, a familiar name appearing again, or a conversation that has been waiting to happen, allow events to develop naturally. At the same time, trust your intuition enough to recognize the difference between genuine sincerity and uncertainty, honoring your own emotional boundaries before responding. The energy of judgment speaks less about endings and more about awakening to what truly matters. You may begin recognizing that certain dreams you've quietly carried for years are ready to receive fresh attention. Areas connected with your work, personal ambitions, or financial goals could enter a season of renewal as your priorities become clearer. Rather than waiting for life to provide perfect certainty, this card encourages you to take one thoughtful step forward, trusting that meaningful change often begins with a single, deliberate decision. If someone from your past returns to your thoughts or your life, approach that connection with curiosity instead of assumption, allowing your present wisdom to guide whatever comes next. Your well-being also deserves that same patient commitment. If you've been postponing routine care or telling yourself you'll focus on your health later, today offers a gentle reminder that small actions create lasting results. Scheduling a checkup, improving your daily routine, getting better rest, or simply paying closer attention to what your body has been quietly communicating can become meaningful acts of self-respect. Peace often grows from knowing you've cared for the foundations that support every other part of your life. Professionally, you may feel as though you've been waiting longer than expected for meaningful progress. Yet seasons of apparent stillness often prepare the ground for stronger growth ahead. Skills you continue developing, responsibilities you've handled consistently, and the reputation you built through reliability may soon begin attracting opportunities that once seemed beyond reach. Stay open to new roles, unexpected conversations, or projects that align with your values, even if they arrive in forms you hadn't anticipated. If you're currently searching for a new position, remember that employers often look beyond impressive words. Your experience, thoughtful judgment, and dependable approach are qualities that deserve to be highlighted with confidence. During interviews, allow your practical mindset, willingness to learn, and calm decision-making to speak for themselves. These strengths may become the very reason someone recognizes the lasting value you could bring to their team. Financially, this period encourages careful expansion rather than unnecessary risk. New opportunities may begin appearing, but their greatest potential lies in how thoughtfully you choose among them. Projects that reflect your genuine interests and long-term goals are more likely to provide lasting rewards than those promising quick results. Trust yourself to recognize where your energy will create the strongest foundation. You may also discover that someone influential notices your quiet consistency and the quality of your work. Recognition doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it comes through a conversation, an invitation, or a door opening at exactly the right moment. Continue releasing habits, commitments, or financial patterns that no longer support the future you're creating, making space for choices that reflect who you're becoming. Patience remains one of your greatest allies during this season. What once appeared slow or uncertain may now begin gathering momentum in ways that feel both natural and sustainable. Keep your attention on the future you're patiently building, knowing that every thoughtful decision strengthens the life you hope to create. Like roots growing deeper beneath the surface before a tree reaches higher toward the light, your quiet persistence is preparing you for lasting stability and meaningful prosperity. Your ability to bring your attention back to one meaningful goal becomes especially valuable now. When your energy is scattered across too many possibilities, progress can feel slower than it truly is because your efforts never have enough time to fully take root. But when you choose one direction and nurture it with patience, even small daily efforts begin creating remarkable results over time. Like tending a garden one season after another, your consistency eventually produces growth that can't always be measured from one day to the next. Picture the future you're working toward, not as something distant or uncertain, but as something you're quietly building with every thoughtful decision you make. Each choice, however ordinary it may seem today, becomes another stone laid into the foundation of the life you hope to create. Creative ideas, personal projects, or skills you've been developing outside your usual routine may begin showing unexpected promise. Their value is unlikely to appear overnight, yet they have the potential to grow into something both rewarding and financially meaningful if you're willing to give them time to mature. Continue investing in what genuinely reflects your values rather than chasing every opportunity that appears simply because it seems exciting in the moment. Some opportunities are meant to teach you, while others are meant to sustain you. Learning to recognize the difference becomes one of your greatest strengths during this period. The strongest foundations are often built gradually, and this season encourages exactly that kind of lasting prosperity. Remain open to unexpected conversations, introductions, or opportunities that naturally expand your resources. Sometimes abundance arrives through the people who quietly notice your reliability long before you realize your efforts are being seen. Recognition doesn't always come with grand announcements. It often begins with someone remembering your integrity, your consistency, or the calm way you handle responsibility. Rather than forcing outcomes, allow your dedication and quiet confidence to speak on your behalf. The future you're creating becomes stronger each time you choose long-term fulfillment over short-term excitement, trusting that meaningful success is something cultivated rather than rushed. In matters of the heart, this period invites you to simplify rather than complicate. If you're in a relationship, focus less on the small frustrations that naturally arise in everyday life and more on the habits that deepen trust and closeness over time. Responsibilities, work schedules, and personal obligations may temporarily reduce the amount of time you spend together, but that doesn't lessen the strength of the connection itself. Relationships naturally pass through seasons where practical responsibilities require more attention, and this doesn't have to be mistaken for emotional distance. A little flexibility, understanding, and willingness to meet each other halfway can help restore the warmth and ease you've been missing. Love often grows strongest through ordinary moments shared with intention. A quiet evening together, an honest conversation, preparing a meal side by side, or simply making time despite busy schedules may become far more meaningful than grand romantic gestures. Instead of measuring your relationship by how much time you have, consider the quality of the moments you intentionally create together. Those small acts of presence build trust little by little, creating a sense of emotional safety that lasts far longer than dramatic displays of affection. Sometimes the strongest bonds are formed through the routines that quietly remind two people they can rely on one another. If you've been carrying worries that exist more in your imagination than in reality, today offers an opportunity to release some of that emotional weight. It's natural to want reassurance from the people you care about, especially when your heart longs for certainty. Yet clarity often arrives when you slow down instead of assuming the worst or filling unanswered questions with fear. Give yourself permission to observe your feelings without allowing them to become your only source of truth. As your mind grows quieter, you'll likely notice that many of your concerns become easier to understand from a calmer perspective. For those who are single, your emotions may feel more layered than usual. Part of you may be ready to welcome someone into your life, while another part still values the freedom and independence you've carefully built. These feelings don't have to compete with one another. They simply reflect different parts of your journey, asking to be acknowledged. There is no need to rush toward an answer, simply because uncertainty feels uncomfortable. Let your heart settle before making promises, trusting that genuine clarity rarely asks to be hurried. When your intentions become clear to yourself, they'll naturally become clearer to the people around you as well. Family life carries a warm and supportive atmosphere today. Your steady presence naturally encourages harmony, and those closest to you may find comfort simply in knowing they can rely on you. Conversations about future plans, shared responsibilities, or meaningful traditions could strengthen your sense of belonging, while reminding everyone of the importance of working together. Home becomes more than a place, it becomes a reminder of the roots that continue to support your growth, offering stability even when other parts of life feel uncertain. You may also notice a welcome shift in someone's attitude, making it easier to resolve old misunderstandings or reconnect after emotional distance. A simple conversation, an unexpected gesture of kindness, or a willingness to listen without judgment could begin softening tensions that have lingered for longer than necessary. Children or younger family members may bring unexpected joy, reminding everyone to appreciate life's simple pleasures and to see the world with fresh curiosity. Healing within a family often begins through small gestures of patience, honest conversation, and the willingness to see one another with renewed compassion instead of old expectations. This is also a meaningful time to release patterns that no longer contribute to peace within your home or closest relationships. As each person becomes more willing to listen, adapt, and support one another, stronger bonds naturally begin to develop. Lasting security is created not only through practical planning, but through the trust that grows when people consistently show up for one another, especially during ordinary moments that often go unnoticed. The atmosphere you're helping create today has the potential to influence your relationships for much longer than you may realize. Physically, your energy appears steady and supportive of long-term improvements. This can be an excellent time to establish healthier routines, begin a wellness practice, or commit to habits that will continue serving you well beyond today. Whether it's improving your sleep schedule, spending more time outdoors, or becoming more mindful of how you nourish your body, each small adjustment contributes to a stronger sense of well-being. Rather than searching for quick results, focus on sustainable changes that help both your body and your mind feel more balanced with each passing week. The healthiest transformations often happen so gradually that you only recognize them when you look back. One of your greatest strengths today is your ability to express yourself with calm confidence. Your words have the potential to encourage, clarify, and bring people together, especially when spoken with patience and genuine curiosity. Others may naturally feel comfortable opening up around you because your steady presence creates an atmosphere where they feel respected and heard. At the same time, remember that not every situation requires your guidance. Sometimes the most generous response is simply listening first and asking whether someone is seeking advice or simply hoping to share what they're experiencing. Mercury's influence gently reminds you that thoughtful communication is a two-way exchange. Sharing your perspective has value, but so does creating space for someone else's experience without immediately offering solutions. Real understanding grows when both people feel equally heard, and meaningful conversations often deepen when curiosity takes the place of assumption. By balancing your natural wisdom with attentive listening, you'll strengthen relationships, build greater trust, and avoid misunderstandings that never needed to happen in the first place. Today's conversations have the potential to leave lasting impressions, especially when they are guided by kindness, patience, and sincere respect. If you've recently experienced tension or disagreement with someone, today may not be the ideal moment to push for complete resolution. Sometimes both people need a little more space before genuine understanding can emerge, especially when emotions are still shaping the way each conversation is heard. Rather than forcing closure, allow feelings to settle naturally and trust that the right conversation often becomes easier once each person has had time to reflect. A pause is not always a setback. Sometimes it is the quiet space where empathy begins to grow. Patience now may accomplish far more than urgency ever could, and waiting for the right moment can lead to a solution that feels honest instead of simply convenient. For those who are studying or developing new skills, your dedication has been admirable, but your routine may have become a little too narrow. Growth isn't sustained by constant effort alone. It also depends on giving your mind room to recover, explore, and become inspired again. Even a short break, a walk outdoors, a creative hobby, or time spent doing something completely different can refresh your perspective and improve your ability to focus when you return. Just as fertile soil needs periods of rest to remain productive, your mind also benefits from moments that allow new ideas to settle naturally. You don't lose momentum by stepping back for a while. In many cases, you return with greater clarity and renewed motivation. You're making more progress than you may realize. The knowledge you've been building continues to take root, even during moments when it feels slow or repetitive. Every lesson learned, every challenge overcome, and every hour you've invested is quietly strengthening your foundation, even if the results aren't immediately visible. Trust the process, organize your time wisely, and remember that consistency becomes much easier when rest is treated as an essential part of learning rather than a reward for finishing it. There is no need to compare your pace with anyone else's. Your own rhythm is creating a deeper understanding that will continue serving you long after temporary pressure has passed. Today's symbolic compatibility highlights a few connections that may feel especially supportive. Rather than seeing these as fixed predictions, consider them invitations to notice where communication, understanding, and shared values seem to flow a little more naturally. Sometimes the right conversation at the right moment can shift an entire day in a positive direction. With Virgo, practical thinking and mutual respect can help conversations move forward with surprising ease. Questions that once seemed difficult may begin finding simple, realistic answers because both of you are willing to listen, contribute, and work toward common ground. Virgo's thoughtful attention to detail naturally complements your steady approach, creating an atmosphere where cooperation feels effortless instead of forced. Whether this relationship is romantic, professional, or a friendship, teamwork and mutual appreciation become its greatest strengths today. With Sagittarius, you may discover a refreshing sense of openness that encourages you to see familiar situations from a completely different perspective. Different viewpoints can inspire meaningful conversations, shared adventures, or ideas that encourage both of you to step beyond routines that no longer feel inspiring. Despite your different approaches to life, there is room for mutual appreciation, allowing each of you to feel supported without sacrificing your individuality. This connection reminds you that growth sometimes comes from exploring possibilities you wouldn't normally consider on your own. With Scorpio, emotional honesty becomes a quiet advantage. Conversations that require sensitivity, trust, or careful listening may flow more naturally than expected because both of you are willing to move beneath surface-level reactions. If there has been uncertainty or an issue waiting to be addressed, this energy supports calm dialogue and thoughtful understanding, making it easier to move toward greater clarity together. By approaching one another with patience instead of defensiveness, you may discover that even long-standing misunderstandings begin to soften. Taurus, thank you for spending this time with me today. Sharing these moments of reflection is a reminder that every journey unfolds differently, and each day offers another opportunity to grow with greater awareness and intention. Whether today's message confirms something you've already been feeling or simply gave you a new perspective to consider, I hope it encourages you to trust your own inner wisdom as you continue moving forward. If today's reading brought you a sense of clarity or encouragement, Your support through a like helps these messages continue reaching others who may need them. Every interaction helps this community grow and allows these daily reflections to reach people searching for a little hope, reassurance, or inspiration. And if you'd like to keep exploring these daily reflections together, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next reading. Until we meet again, take gentle care of yourself. May your days be guided by patience, your heart remain open to meaningful connections, and your steady steps continue carrying you toward the life you're quietly and faithfully building. Like a tree that grows stronger with every season, may your roots deepen with every experience and your confidence continue to bloom in its own perfect time. I'll see you again tomorrow.